Hello, dear friends, and a warm welcome back to Elderly Stories. I'm your host, glad to be sharing this time with you. Have you ever considered that some foods we've cherished as healthy our whole lives might need a second look as we journey past 65? It's a surprising thought, isn't it? Some common vegetables, staples in many kitchens, can sometimes pose unexpected challenges for our bodies as we age. This isn't about creating worry, but about sharing knowledge that empowers you. If you've ever felt unusually tired, dealt with puzzling digestive upsets, or battled unexplained inflammation, understanding how our bodies interact differently with certain foods as we get older might offer some valuable insights. If you believe staying informed about our health is crucial, would you mind giving this video a quick like? It helps others in our community find this information too. Today, we'll gently explore 8 common vegetables that sometimes require extra caution after 65, and importantly, discuss delicious and safe alternatives to keep you feeling vibrant. Let me share a story about Eleanor, a wonderful 68-year-old retired teacher from Minnesota. Eleanor was struggling for months with significant digestive discomfort, persistent inflammation, and a deep fatigue that kept her from enjoying precious time with her grandkids. Despite numerous doctor visits and tests, answers were elusive. She started to think, perhaps sadly, that this was just a part of getting older. However, a nutritionist specializing in senior health uncovered something significant. Eleanor's daily intake of certain vegetables, considered healthy by most standards, was actually causing significant stress on her system at her age. After carefully adjusting her diet based on this new understanding, removing these specific vegetables, Eleanor's transformation was remarkable. Within just 3 weeks, her energy rebounded, the aches faded, and her digestive issues vanished. Her doctors were genuinely amazed. Could a seemingly healthy choice, perhaps even in your salad today, be subtly affecting your well-being like it was for Eleanor? Let's delve into these 8 vegetables together. I believe number 5 might particularly surprise you, as it's a frequent guest in restaurant salads across America. Vegetable 1, raw spinach. Spinach, often hailed as a superfood. But did you know that consuming it raw, especially in large quantities like in smoothies or salads, might pose a challenge for kidney health after 65? The issue lies with oxalates, natural compounds found in high concentrations in raw spinach. Studies, including those published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases, indicate that as we age, our kidneys may process and filter out these oxalates less efficiently than when we were younger. Dr. Harrison Mitchell, a respected nephrologist associated with Johns Hopkins, explains it simply. Aging kidneys can struggle to filter high oxalate loads, potentially leading to crystal formation, which can contribute to painful kidney stones or, in some cases, strain kidney function over time. Consider Stanley, a 71-year-old retired accountant from Oregon. Thinking he was making a super healthy choice, Stanley enjoyed a raw spinach smoothie every morning. After about 6 months, he unfortunately developed very painful kidney stones requiring medical intervention. His urologist pointed to the high daily intake of raw spinach as a likely major contributor. I was truly dismayed, Stanley shared, to learn that my healthy habit was actually causing harm. Well, here's a gentle approach. Instead of consuming spinach raw, try cooking it thoroughly. Cooking significantly reduces the soluble oxalate content by up to 80% or more, making it much gentler on your kidneys. Consider swapping raw spinach in salads for lower oxalate greens like kale or arugula, which offer great nutrients with less oxalate load. Making this simple switch can be a kind gesture to your hard-working kidneys. Vegetable 2, raw or undercooked lima beans. Those familiar lima beans, often found in the freezer aisle, contain compounds that require proper cooking, especially for digestive systems over 65. Uncooked or improperly cooked lima beans contain substances called cyanogenic glycosides. When eaten raw or undercooked, these can release small amounts of hydrogen cyanide during digestion. As gastroenterologist Dr. Melissa Cohen, specializing in senior health, explains, our digestive enzyme production naturally decreases with age. This can make it harder for our bodies to neutralize these compounds effectively, potentially leading to symptoms like dizziness or headaches, or in more significant exposures, respiratory discomfort. Take Doris, a 73-year-old grandmother from Virginia. known for her cold lima bean salad. She preferred blanching the beans only briefly to keep them crisp. After serving her salad at a family event, she experienced unsettling nausea and dizziness that prompted a visit to the emergency room. The physician suspected mild effects from the undercooked lima beans. "I'd made that salad for years without issue," Doris recalled, surprised. "I didn't realize my body might handle it differently now." A safer way to enjoy lima beans. Always cook lima beans thoroughly. Boiling them for at least 15 to 20 minutes effectively breaks down the cyanogenic compounds. Never eat them raw or just lightly blanched. As an alternative, consider incorporating lentils or chickpeas into your meals. They offer similar nutritional benefits without this specific concern. It's a reminder that foods tolerated easily at 40 might need different preparation at 70. Vegetable 3. Eggplant, a nightshade. Many of us enjoy eggplant in dishes like eggplant parmesan. However, as a member of the nightshade family, it contains natural compounds, like solanine, that some individuals, particularly those with existing inflammatory conditions like arthritis, find can aggravate joint pain and stiffness. Sensitivity to nightshades can sometimes increase as we age. Andrew Weil, a well-known integrative medicine specialist, notes that while not everyone is affected, those with arthritis or autoimmune conditions might experience noticeable effects from nightshades. Consider Gerald, a 76-year-old retired construction worker from Pennsylvania with challenging rheumatoid arthritis. Despite medication, his discomfort persisted. His rheumatologist suggested a trial elimination of nightshade vegetables, including eggplant, for 3 weeks. "I was skeptical but willing to try anything," Gerald admitted. The results surprised him. Within 2 weeks of avoiding eggplant, peppers, and tomatoes, my morning stiffness eased significantly, probably by 80%, and the pain was much lower. I couldn't believe a vegetable I enjoyed was contributing so much to my suffering. What you might consider? If you experience joint pain, arthritis, or other inflammatory conditions, you might find it helpful to temporarily eliminate eggplant and other nightshades, like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, for 3-4 weeks to see if you notice any improvement in your symptoms. Explore versatile non-nightshade alternatives like zucchini or yellow squash, which work beautifully in many recipes that typically call for eggplant. It's about finding what works best for your body. Does this information about nightshades surprise you? Let us know with a yes or no in the comments below. Vegetable or undercooked kidney beans. Similar to lima beans, kidney beans require thorough cooking due to a specific type of lectin called phytohemagglutinin. Consuming raw or undercooked kidney beans can cause significant gastrointestinal distress, sometimes referred to as red kidney bean poisoning. The FDA warns about this, and experts like Dr. Thomas Richardson from the Mayo Clinic emphasize that seniors can be more vulnerable due to potentially lower stomach acid and subtle immune system changes. Symptoms like severe vomiting or diarrhea can lead to dehydration more quickly in older adults. Think about Walter, a 69-year-old retired teacher who made chili in his slow cooker. Unaware of the specific needs of dried kidney beans, he added them directly without the crucial pre-boiling step. Slow cooker temperatures often aren't high enough to fully neutralize the lectin. Hours after eating, Walter became very ill with vomiting and diarrhea, leading to dehydration and a hospital stay. "The doctor said I was fortunate," Walter recounted. "Severe dehydration at my age could have been much worse." Critical safety steps for dried kidney beans. Never add dry kidney beans directly to slow cookers or soups without proper preparation. Always 1. Soak dried kidney beans for at least 5 hours or overnight. 2. Discard the soaking water. 3. Rinse the beans. 4. Boil them vigorously in fresh water for a minimum of 30 minutes before adding them to your recipe. Safest option. Using canned kidney beans is generally the easiest and safest route, as they have been professionally processed to eliminate the toxin. Proper preparation is key to enjoying kidney beans safely. Vegetable 5. Raw alfalfa sprouts and other raw sprouts. This one often surprises people, as sprouts are frequently added to salads and sandwiches perceived as healthy. However, raw sprouts, alfalfa, clover, radish, mung bean, etc., carry a significant risk of foodborne illness, particularly for older adults. The warm, humid conditions needed to grow sprouts are unfortunately also ideal for bacteria, like E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria. The CDC has linked numerous foodborne illness outbreaks to raw sprouts. Food safety expert Dr. Barbara Kowalczyk highlights that while anyone can get sick, infections from these bacteria can be much more severe, even life-threatening, for individuals over 65 due to age-related changes in the immune system. Consider Judith, an active 72-year-old from California. After eating a deli sandwich containing raw alfalfa sprouts, she developed a severe E. coli infection that unfortunately led to kidney complications requiring hospitalization. Her doctors stressed that her age likely contributed to the severity. "I had no idea," Judith shared later. "I always thought sprouts were adding extra health benefits." Essential advice for safety. It is strongly recommended that individuals over 65 completely avoid consuming raw sprouts of any kind. Opt for safer, crunchy additions to salads and sandwiches, such as thinly sliced radishes, bell peppers, cucumbers, or jicama. Microgreens grown in soil generally pose less risk than sprouts. When eating out, always specifically request no sprouts on your salads or sandwiches to be safe. This simple precaution significantly reduces your risk of a potentially serious foodborne illness. Vegetable 6. Green potatoes. Have you ever noticed potatoes developing green patches or starting to sprout? This greening indicates the presence of solanine, a natural toxin produced by the potato plant. While healthy potatoes are fine, consuming the green parts or sprouts can cause issues. Neurology and toxicology expert Dr. Elizabeth Kensington explains that as we age, our bodies may become less efficient at detoxifying substances like solanine. Levels that might cause only mild upset in a younger person could potentially lead to more noticeable neurological symptoms in seniors, such as headaches, confusion, or dizziness. This happened to Harold, a 78-year-old widower living alone. He hadn't realized some potatoes in his pantry had turned green. After making and eating potato salad with them, he experienced confusion and dizziness so pronounced that neighbors initially feared he'd had a stroke. Fortunately, an astute doctor identified solanine exposure from the green potatoes. "I never knew potatoes could become harmful like that," Harold said. Simple safety measures. Store potatoes in a cool, dark, well-ventilated place to inhibit greening and sprouting. Always inspect potatoes before use. Discard any potatoes that have green skin, green patches under the skin, or sprouts. Do not just try to cut away the green parts, as the solanine can spread invisibly. Consider buying potatoes in smaller quantities you'll use within a week or two. This protects you from accidentally ingesting solanine. Vegetable 7. Tomatoes, another nightshade. Similar to eggplant, tomatoes are nightshades and contain compounds like solanine and lectins, an acidity that, for some sensitive individuals, can contribute to inflammation. Again, this sensitivity can become more pronounced after 65. Nathan Withers, a rheumatologist specializing in aging, observes that a subset of patients with inflammatory conditions like osteoarthritis or inflammatory bowel issues report noticeable improvement when they reduce or eliminate tomatoes. Take Dolores, 74, who had challenging osteoarthritis. She enjoyed tomatoes daily in sauces, salads, and soups. Despite medications, her pain persisted. Following her doctor's suggestion, she tried eliminating all tomato products for a month. "The change was almost miraculous," Dolores reported. "My morning stiffness reduced dramatically, maybe 70%, and I could finally knit again without terrible hand pain. Who knew tomatoes could be such a factor for me?" An approach to consider: if you struggle with arthritis, persistent joint pain, inflammatory bowel conditions, or even chronic heartburn, you might find it beneficial to temporarily eliminate tomatoes and tomato products for 3-4 weeks to see if it impacts your symptoms. Explore alternatives. Use roasted beets or butternut squash puree as a base for sauces. Dress pasta with olive oil, garlic, herbs, and other vegetables. This is about personalized investigation to find trigger foods. Vegetable 8. Raw Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts belong to the cruciferous vegetable family. When eaten raw in large amounts, contain compounds called goitrogens, which can potentially interfere with the thyroid gland's uptake of iodine. Endocrinology studies note that while cooked cruciferous vegetables are generally fine and healthy, Regular consumption of raw versions might pose a challenge, especially for individuals with borderline or existing thyroid conditions. Hypothyroidism, underactive thyroid, is already relatively common in adults over 65, affecting nearly 20% according to some estimates. Dr. Samuel Greenberg, an endocrinologist, warns that symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, cold sensitivity, or brain fog might be mistakenly dismissed as normal aging, when thyroid function could be a factor, potentially influenced by diet. Consider Gregory, 67, who started eating raw Brussels sprout salads daily, inspired by their health reputation. Within months, he noticed significant fatigue, unexplained weight gain, and feeling cold all the time. Blood tests revealed newly developed hypothyroidism. His doctor identified the high intake of raw Brussels sprouts as a likely contributing factor. Once I started cooking them thoroughly and ate them less often, my thyroid levels improved, Gregory shared. My healthy intentions had backfired. My recommendations for Brussels sprouts: always cook Brussels sprouts thoroughly. Roasting, steaming, sautéing. Cooking significantly reduces the goitrogenic compounds. Enjoy them in moderation, perhaps limiting intake to a couple of times per week, especially if you have known thyroid issues or a family history. Be aware of hypothyroidism symptoms and discuss regular thyroid function testing with your doctor after 65. So we've journeyed through 8 common vegetables that, while often nutritious, can sometimes require a different approach after 65. Raw spinach, undercooked lima and kidney beans, eggplant and tomatoes for sensitive individuals, raw sprouts, green potatoes, and raw Brussels sprouts. Understanding these potential sensitivities isn't about restriction. It's about making informed, safe choices that support your unique body. Simple adjustments in preparation or substitution can make a world of difference, potentially alleviating discomfort and protecting your health, helping you avoid issues that many seniors unfortunately experience without realizing the dietary connection. Remember, the way our bodies process food changes throughout life. What nourished us perfectly at 40 might need careful consideration at 70. But armed with this knowledge, you can continue to enjoy a delicious, varied, and truly health-supportive diet for many years ahead. I truly hope this discussion has been helpful and empowering for you. Knowledge really is key to navigating our health journey with confidence. Which of these vegetable insights surprised you the most today? Or is there a healthy alternative mentioned that you're keen to try? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments below. Sharing experiences helps us all learn. If you found value in our conversation, please give this video a like. And to ensure you don't miss future discussions tailored for vibrant living after 60, please subscribe to Elderly Stories and click the notification bell. Sharing this video with friends and family over 65 could also provide them with potentially life-saving insights. Thank you once again for spending your valuable time with me. Be kind to yourself, eat well and safely, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon right here on Elderly Stories. Good day for now.